Now joined live in studio by Maren Diale, who is the country director delegation of German Industry of Commerce. Many thanks for making time.
Pleasure.
Perhaps looking at this forum, which starts tomorrow, what are some of the key expectations that we have as we go into this summit?
I think some of the key expectations are to give positive impact to German and sub-Saharan African trade, to get a more momentum into it and more focus of German business and the German public on the continent. And of course also to get more direct Kenyan-German trade relations.
Perhaps looking at this particular meeting, one of the biggest conversations right now has been how can Africa move away from aid to trade? Trade between Germany and Kenya and also the Greater East Africa, the numbers haven't been quite huge. And out of this meeting, what are some of the key areas that will be dominating discussions in the trade meeting?
You're very right. We want to move away from development to real trade. At the moment, we're about 500 million US dollars trade volume, but we expect a growth of about 10% in the next years, year by year. And we see the interest of German companies in this area really growing. It's slowly growing. We can't compare to the US or the China or so as markets yet, but the interest is growing. And we want to use this momentum with this summit to really show it's worth it and to discuss where to concretely go for it. But the focus will be trade in the future, also on the political side, and not 100% development aid anymore.
Of course, one would be keen to know which areas will Germany be interested in Kenya's economy, from manufacturing, industrialization. These are areas that Germany has been regarded among the top countries in the world.
Yes, we want to further invest in technology here. We really support the Kenya 2030 initiative. We see a lot of potential in the agricultural sector. We want to go away from just exporting raw material to go up the value chain. There's German machinery can help with that, but also we think that Kenyan producers can really then conquer international markets much more than they can do at the moment.
And of course, this meeting first happened in Berlin in 2015, and now it's coming to Kenya. Perhaps looking at this second meeting that the German delegation will be having with the Kenyan team, of course, in Berlin, there were key areas up for discussion where we did see Volkswagen coming to set up a plant in Thika. Are there any interests further in the automobile industry?
The automobile industry is looking at the area. We can't really say that somebody else will open within this year. But we have a lot of companies exploring the idea of setting up manufacturing here. And as you said correctly, Volkswagen started talking in 2015, and now, end of 16, they opened. That is for German companies, that is very quick. So the real results, the long-term results from this summit, we will have to sit again about in 2 years, 3 years and see who else has come and set up some plant up here.
All right. And looking at Kenya, there's also the huge challenge of corruption. This issue has set a number of investors to reconsider investing in the country. Perhaps how do Germans feel about the fact that corruption is yet to be fully tackled in Kenya?
Of course, a lot of companies talk to us about it, ask us whether it's better. It is a deterrent, and we really urge the Kenyan government, but also the Kenyan business community to continue its efforts against it. We do regular surveys also together with other European chambers here on site, and their corruption and infrastructure are always the two main issues that are huddling. And we try to improve it. We open the discussion about it, but it is still an issue, and Kenya really has to still work on it, I have to admit.
All right. I like the fact you're saying we still have to work on it. And finally, before I let you go, of course, Kenya is very keen on developing the skills set that the young people have. and this is mainly through the training and vocational institutes. And of course, Germany is one of the great examples across the globe when it comes to having a strong layer of the youth being trained in vocational skills. Perhaps will this also be a key area of focus, knowing that your government has set about 3 million euros towards this?
It will be a major point of discussion on the political talks on the side of the summit. We will have the German Minister for Economic Affairs and the German Minister for Economic Development, and we expect MOUs to be signed with the Kenyan government on the side of the gaps and so move forward. But you're right, vocational training is one of our key areas, and also our Kenyan counterparts are very much interested to improve the on-the-shop work skills by that way.
All right, looking forward to covering that event that kicks off tomorrow, and that has been Maren Diale-Schmidit, who is the Country Director, Delegation of Industry and Commerce for Germany.